Welcome to B Master 79. In this lesson we tackle ielts speaking part 1 on the topic of music. We'll brainstorm each question first, then hear a full band 9 answer. First, the format. Part 1 lasts 4 to 5 minutes and covers 2 or 3 familiar topics. The examiner asks short questions about you, your life, and your habits. Aim for 2 to 4 sentences per answer, not one word, and not a speech. And remember, you are not judged on your opinions. You are judged on your English. Here are the 5 questions on the topic of music. Do you like music, and why? What type of music do you like to listen to when you are alone? Has the music that you listen to changed since you were young? Do you think older and younger generations prefer different types of music? And is there any music concert that you want to go to? Every strong part 1 answer has the same shape. Answer. Reason. Extend. Stop. Answer the actual question in the first few words. Add a reason using because or mainly because. Extend with one detail, an example, a contrast, or a memory. Then stop and hand the turn back. Rambling costs you fluency marks. Let's brainstorm question 1. Say yes or no clearly. Never, it depends. 2 reasons beat 1. Use mood and memory. And give a concrete moment, not an abstract claim. Useful language. Be mad about something. Couldn't do without it. Turn my day around. And take me straight back to. Question 1. Do you like music, and why? Here is the answer. I'm absolutely mad about it, yes. I'd say music is the one thing I genuinely couldn't do without. Partly it's how quickly it changes my mood. If I'm dragging my feet on a Monday morning, 20 minutes of something upbeat will completely turn my day around. And partly it's the memories. Certain albums take me straight back to particular years of my life. Let's brainstorm question 2. Name a genre. Vague answers score low on vocabulary. Contrast it with a different situation, like the gym, the car, or work, and explain why being alone is different. Attention, lyrics, calm. Useful language, reach for something mellow. When I've got the place to myself, keep me going, and pay attention to the lyrics. Question 2. What type of music do you like to listen to when you are alone, and why? When I've got the place to myself, I tend to reach for something quite mellow. A lot of acoustic singer-songwriter material and jazz if I'm cooking. It's because being alone is when I actually pay attention to the lyrics, whereas in the car or at the gym I just want a heavy beat to keep me going. Anything too loud when I'm by myself feels a bit like shouting into an empty room. Let's brainstorm question 3. This question needs past versus present tenses, so show your range. Name what you liked then and what you like now, and add one thing that has not changed. It sounds honest. Useful language used to be into. My taste has broadened, drifted towards, come round to, and the one constant is. Question 3. Has the music that you listen to changed since you were young? Enormously, yes. As a teenager, I was completely into loud guitar bands. The louder the better, honestly. And I'd have dismissed anything my parents played as hopelessly dull. These days, my taste has broadened a lot. I've drifted towards jazz and classical, and I've even come round to some of the folk music I used to make fun of. The one constant is a handful of bands from my school years that I still go back to. Let's brainstorm question 4. This is a generalizing question, so use hedging, not absolutes. Give the reason behind the difference. Streaming and nostalgia. And a one-line example from your own family sounds natural. Useful language, broadly speaking, stay loyal to, set in stone, removed the barriers, and the divide is less about. Question 4. Do you think older and younger generations prefer different types of music? Broadly speaking, yes, though I think the gap is narrowing. Older listeners tend to stay loyal to whatever was popular when they were in their 20s. That seems to be the point where your taste gets set in stone. Younger people are far more open, mainly because streaming has removed the barriers. My nephew will jump from 1970s soul to Korean pop in a single playlist, so the divide is less about age now and more about how you discover music. Let's brainstorm question 5. Yes or no first, then one specific event. Invent it if you must. Say why that one. An artist, a venue, a friend. And close with a forward-looking phrase, not a full stop. Useful language. I've been trying to get hold of tickets. On the line up. See someone live. Comes alive in a room. And before it sells out. Question 5. Is there any music concert that you want to go to? There is, actually. I've been trying to get hold of tickets for a jazz festival that runs in the summer, mainly because there's one pianist on the lineup I've wanted to see live for years. I've only ever heard him on record, and I suspect his music is the kind that really comes alive in a room. Fingers crossed I manage to get a ticket before it sells out. Here is the complete set of answers on one screen. Pause the video and read them aloud. Notice how short each one is. Under 50 words, and still enough to show off your vocabulary and your grammar. Here is your language bank. 10 expressions from these answers. Learn them as whole chunks, not as single words, and use them the moment they fit naturally. Why would this be assessed as Band 9? Fluency and coherence. Answers flow in 2 to 4 sentences with no long pauses. Lexical resource. Natural idiom used precisely, not memorized showpieces. Grammatical range. Mixed tenses under control. And pronunciation. Clear stress, natural rhythm, and contractions. One important note. Band 9 here reflects an internal quality check against the public ielts descriptors. It is not a score awarded by a certified examiner. Now it's your turn. Record yourself answering all 5 questions in under 3 minutes, then listen back and count your pauses. If this helped, do subscribe to be Master 79. See you in the next lesson.